Hello, NBA fans. We have news about the Los Angeles Lakers every day. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm asking for your help by subscribing to the channel and giving it a like. Re-signing elite shooter Malik Monk is a bold move, if he's available. The Lakers need long-range shooting, and Malik Monk would be the ideal move to fill that need. The Los Angeles Lakers have a real shot to bring back Malik Monk, and this time, it could help push them over the top. A potential trade sending Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber and a draft pick to the Sacramento Kings for Monk not only reunites the Lakers with a fan favorite but also opens a roster spot for another possible reunion with Malik Beasley. This would be more than just a nostalgia play. Monk is coming off the best season of his career, averaging 17.2 points per game. Despite that, the Kings could be willing to move him as they reportedly explore ways to create space for a possible run at Russell Westbrook. Monk fits this Lakers team better than ever before. If the reports are true and that is the direction they go, the Lakers should be waiting by the phone. Monk fits this current Lakers roster better than ever. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves already handle most of the playmaking. That means Monk can slot in as an instant offense weapon off the bench. Jovan Buha described the possible impact on his podcast Buha's Block, calling him the optimal sixth man, instant offense in 25 to 28 minutes, and he's going to do it relatively efficiently. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Monk thrived in Los Angeles back in 2021 to 22, averaging 13.8 points while shooting just under 40% from beyond the arc. He was able to win over the fanbase with his energy and big-time shot-making. Unfortunately, at that time, financial limitations forced the Lakers to let him walk, but the door is now wide open for a reunion at the perfect time. Not only would this help kill two birds with one stone, and help solve an issue that could derail the Lakers' title chances. Making this kind of trade for Monk would also create a roster opening, which could be used to bring back Beasley. Just imagine pairing Monk and Beasley off the bench. It would give the Lakers two amazing bench guys who can light it up on any given night, and give the team one of the deepest guard rotations in the league. With Doncic locked in on a 3-year, $165 million extension, the Lakers have already secured their future. If they can swing a deal for Monk and find a way to add Beasley, this roster goes from dangerous to downright terrifying. This is the kind of out-of-the-box, high-upside move that could make a real difference in a tight Western Conference. Monk started his personal comeback in the purple and gold a few years ago after leaving the Charlotte Hornets. Now, he might be the piece that helps finish the job. Lakers desperately need this forgotten finals guard to matter again. Once upon a time, not that long ago, Gabe Vincent was starting in the NBA Finals. Now, just 2 seasons later, the Los Angeles Lakers are crossing their fingers and hoping he can finish on a wide-open layup. If it is not obvious already, that kind of level of play is simply not going to cut it. Lakers losing their free agency gamble on Gabe Vincent. The Lakers desperately need Vincent to step up and prove he is still the NBA Finals caliber guard he was during his time with the Miami Heat. Since arriving in Los Angeles, Vincent's inconsistency, especially on offense, has been a real problem. With few alternatives, the team has no choice but to rely on him anyways. The bottom line is, if Vincent can't deliver next season, the Lakers' depth and playoff hopes take a serious hit. As Jovan Buha said on his podcast Buha's Block, Gabe Vincent is someone we've seen be a starter in Miami on a finals team, but hasn't lived up to that in LA. He's had some nice moments and is solid defensively, but his offense and shot selection have been all over the place. Back with Miami in the 2022 to 2023 season, Vincent averaged 12.7 points in the playoffs, shooting almost 38% from beyond the arc, all while playing some tough hard-nosed defense. With the Lakers, his production has dipped dramatically, as his recent playoff numbers are far below what a team chasing a championship can afford. After a knee injury wiped out most of his first Lakers season, Vincent bounced back to play 72 games last year and showed rare glimpses of that 3-and-D player the team needs. The reality is that when he is hitting threes, the Lakers look sharper, but those moments have just been way too inconsistent. Just take a look at what he has done for the Lakers in the postseason. Last year in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves, he played just under 20 minutes a night and averaged 2.4 points. If you think that is bad, the postseason the year before was even worse. During the 2023 playoff run, Vincent was averaging just 1.4 points per game, while shooting an abysmal 14.3% from deep. With the Lakers unable to make a signing at even a minimum-level deal until January 18, the earliest, and Dalton Connect's major struggles of late, Vincent's role is more important to the team than ever. If he rediscovers his Miami form, the Lakers bench suddenly becomes a weapon. If not, his inconsistency could be another glaring weakness in their championship run. Right now, with what he has displayed in the purple and gold, it is hard to even try and trade him. Seeing him bounce back to his Heat form is a tough ask, but stranger things have happened before. Potential extension details: should Lakers keep him? Lakers insider Anthony Irwin shared the possibility and the challenges of the team offering Rui Hachimura an extension as he enters the final year of his contract. Los Angeles Lakers forward Rui Hachimura has established his position as an integral member of the rotation. While being a key role player, however, the forward has also been viewed as a valuable trade asset, especially given his expiring contract status. On this note, Lakers insider Anthony Irwin examined what a potential extension deal would look like on Lakers Mailbag if the Lakers choose to retain him. While discussing the challenges associated with offering multi-year deals to role players, Irwin shed light on a potential Hachimura extension offer, saying, "If you can extend Rui with a 3-year, $60 million contract total, the cap is going up. $20 million a year for Rui seems pretty manageable. He hasn't had any absolutely crippling type injuries that you have to worry about. That's an extremely manageable contract there. But teams still don't want to sign guys to 3- or 4-year contracts because those are the types of deals that nobody wants to trade for, even if they are for players that teams kind of like." Irwin emphasized how the current CBA dictates the way teams approach this situation, as they prioritize handing out new contracts over offering extensions. While examining the Lakers situation, with Doncic's contract extension and Reeves' upcoming one, Irwin restructured his approach to Hachimura's potential extension and said, "I would probably say he probably signs for $25 to $28 million a year whenever that next contract comes along." Irwin noted that the fact that there hadn't been any conversations on the matter was worth acknowledging, pointing to the Lakers' plans for maintaining cap flexibility heading into next summer and the summer of 2027. Given the Lakers' plans to sign a superstar in free agency, the insider presented the case for Hachimura not receiving any extension offers just yet. Should the Lakers retain Rui Hachimura? Rui Hachimura has been one of the team's most consistent performers over the last few seasons. While being a solid offensive player, capitalizing on his strong perimeter shooting skills and mid-range game, the 27-year-old has also demonstrated a lot of promise as a defensive player, particularly against big men. Hachimura's two-way potential has been immensely valuable in the Lakers lineup. When factoring this in with his durability, the forward is undoubtedly a major piece in the Lakers' puzzle. Last season, Hachimura recorded an average of 13.1 points and 5.0 rebounds, on shooting splits of 50.9% from the field, 41.3% from three-point range, and 77% from the free throw line. These are impressive figures for a third or fourth option on offense. Given his flexibility as a role player and his overall capabilities, the 27-year-old may have more value for the Lakers if they choose to retain him. Hachimura's current contract is valued at $18.2 million, making him a key trade piece. As beneficial as it would be for the team to keep him as a piece for the future, given the sheer number of trade rumors he has been mentioned in this offseason, the purple and gold may consider leveraging him to cultivate roster strength. NBA Insider predicts Lakers will trade LeBron James for younger All-Star by end of season. The Los Angeles Lakers have enjoyed having LeBron James on their roster for the last 7 seasons. He helped them win the championship back in 2020 in the Orlando bubble. James has been one of the best players in the NBA every year he's been in LA, and next year likely won't be any different. He just made the All-NBA second team last season. Rumors have been swirling around James all offseason that he might ask for a trade. One insider believes that the Lakers will eventually move him at some point this season. Insider believes the Los Angeles Lakers will trade LeBron James. Tom Haberstroh of Yahoo Sports predicts that the Lakers will trade James before the season ends, ending his Lakers career. He believes it will happen at some point before the trade deadline. LeBron waives his no-trade clause and okays a trade to the Cavs. He's coming home, again. It won't be easy, but if the Cavs get off to a slow start, Darius Garland's contract could be large enough to grease the wheels in a 3- or 4-team trade. Haberstroh's bold prediction is something that fans of both teams have been floating around, although Lakers fans would prefer it if James stayed in Los Angeles. The Lakers would need James to lift his no-trade clause if any movement were to occur this season. The Cavs would also be giving up on a team that could contend for a championship. The Lakers will likely keep LeBron James this season. It's highly unlikely that the first big move that new owner Mark Walter wants to do is trade one of the greatest players in the history of the NBA. That would be on his resume forever. James has never been traded in his career, something that he is proud of. He is very sensitive about his legacy, and never asking for a trade helps him with that legacy. He likely waits until the end of the year to switch teams, if he does at all. This past season, James averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game. He shot 51.3% from the field and 37.6% from beyond the three-point arc. LeBron faces Lakers crossroads after Barkley bombshell. For the first time in his career, LeBron James will begin a season without a player option or contract extension. That uncertainty has fueled questions about whether this could be his last year with the Los Angeles Lakers, or in the NBA altogether. Hall of Famer Charles Barkley urged James to make a decision sooner rather than later. LeBron is going to have to move on at some point. It is what it is, Barkley said on the Better Angle podcast on August 23. Even though he's been putting up good numbers, they haven't been successful in probably 4 years. Since their 2020 championship inside the NBA's Orlando bubble, the Lakers have struggled to sustain contention. They reached the Western Conference Finals in 2023 but were swept in the series. The other 3 seasons ended in first-round playoff exits or missed postseason berths. Lakers shift to Luka era. Barkley suggested the team has already begun moving on. It's already Luka's team now, Barkley said. You don't sign and trade for Luka Doncic, give him all that money, and it's not his team. Play. Los Angeles shocked the league last season by acquiring Doncic in a blockbuster deal that included James' longtime co-star Anthony Davis. Since then, the franchise has leaned into building around the Slovenian star, from backing out of a deal involving young center Mark Williams to signing DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, both of whom were recruited by Doncic. This summer, the Lakers cemented their commitment by signing Doncic to a 3-year, $165 million extension. James, meanwhile, enters the final year of his $52.6 million deal with no new agreement in place. The organization's recent preference for short-term contracts suggests it is preserving flexibility for 2027, when stars Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo could become free agents. Warriors continue pursuit. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors have repeatedly explored the idea of pairing James with Stephen Curry, according to NBA insider Jake Fisher. He reported in the Steinline newsletter on August 22 that Golden State has reached out to the Lakers multiple times over the past 18 months, though talks never gained traction. The pursuit dates back to the 2024 trade deadline but stalled after James' agent, Rich Paul, warned of potential backlash if his client switched teams again. Sources say Paul implored both teams to scrap the concept, largely because he wanted to insulate James from potential backlash, NBA insider Mark Stein reported at the time. Interest resurfaced this summer after James picked up his $52.6 million player option. Paul told ESPN in June that James wants to compete for a championship and that both sides are evaluating what's best for his career. He stopped short of confirming any trade request. Future remains unclear. Despite outside interest, James is expected to report to Lakers training camp, according to The Athletic. Still, Golden State's persistence reflects the unusual circumstances surrounding the twilight of his career. Clutch Points insider Brett Siegel tempered the speculation, posting on X that nothing has changed, and the Lakers aren't interested despite repeated Warriors inquiries. Whether James remains in purple and gold, pursues another team, or steps away entirely, the Lakers' pivot toward Doncic has signaled a new era in Los Angeles, and one that leaves the future of one of the NBA's greatest players hanging in the balance. Pelicans setting price Lakers cannot dream of for ideal trade candidate. It is extremely doubtful that Trey Murphy III will be in a Los Angeles Lakers jersey anytime soon. Trey Murphy III is exactly the type of player who can gel seamlessly into any possible lineup one can envision involving him and the Los Angeles Lakers. The dreams of those lineups will not hold up against what the New Orleans Pelicans reportedly want for the two-way forward. The Lakers are not the only team in the Pacific Division who could greatly benefit from the presence of Murphy. The Golden State Warriors have made recent inquiries on the Pelicans' forward. However, New Orleans remains steadfast in their desire to keep him in town. Jake Fisher reported, sources say that the Warriors have a strong affinity for Murphy and have made outreach to New Orleans as recently as this summer. Yet sources say that the Pelicans, to be clear, have batted away calls for the 25-year-old, valuing him highly. How highly might that be? Well, if Brett Siegel is to be believed, the price is truly astounding. Siegel wrote on Twitter/X, Pels have maintained an exceptionally high asking price for Trey Murphy, multiple firsts and proven, young talent, as they should for a player of his caliber and potential. I'd be shocked if he was moved before the season. Trey Murphy sweepstakes is one Lakers will not enter. If the Pelicans were to let up and allow bidders to come in and offer deals at their team's asking price, the Lakers do not have the chips to play. Rob Pelinka could not even really satisfy the demand for multiple first-round picks at this point in time. The Lakers' tradable firsts are in 2031 and 2032. They can only send one or the other outright. Their picks in 2026, 2028, and 2030 would need to be pick swaps. Perhaps the argument can be made that if Austin Reaves is the focal point of the deal for Murphy, there would be some flexibility with that asking price. However, that immediately raises the question of whether this was a deal where dangling Reaves truly makes sense. The looming extension for Reaves will naturally raise some questions about his future. Murphy's affordable 4-year, $112 million is attractive too. However, the overall asset management raises enough debate for the Lakers front office to second-guess the potential upgrade to fit. Murphy averaged 21.2 points per game, shooting 45.4% from the field and 36.1% from beyond the arc in 2024-25. The most attractive feature of his offensive game will undoubtedly be his catch and shoot ability. Murphy popped 40% from downtown on 5.4 attempts per game in 2024-25. The Pelicans forward 40.1% from the field overall. The Lakers definitely need an upgrade to the shooting around Luka Doncic. The Lakers' superstar point guard has always thrived with shooters knocking down their easy perimeter looks around him. The price of this marksman, though, appears challenging to meet.